Alright, we are in part 6 of blues records from the record room. Okay, I'm going to continue to go through these real quick. Still many more to get through. So here's one that is a thick record on Jewel. And this is Dan Grissom, Recess in Heaven, and Why Must I Adore You. Now I'm in a section here of records I have not been through. I haven't cleaned these records. This is kind of a long untouched section, so I don't even know what's in here until we come upon it, okay? This is Greenwood Records, I'll Never Turn Back, the Pilgrim Travelers Gospel Singers. Okay? This has some fair amount of wear to it, but Something Within Me, Pilgrim Travelers Gospel Singers. Okay, and here's a Blue Savoy packing up, the famous Ward Singers. And Draw Me Nearer. So we're in a gospel chunk here. The famous Ward Singers. Okay. It's another Savoy. These are dusty. They have not been cleaned or anything. Ride On King Jesus, the Robert Martin Singers. Very, very dirty. I don't know what these will be like when you wash them, but we'll see. And Grace, the Roberta Martin Singers. Okay, and here's a specialty. Super worn out. Roy Milton, Best Wishes. So forget about this one because it's just short, sweet, and snappy. This one's super dirty and scuffy. Here's a Decca. Okay, Andy Kirk and his Clouds of Joy, Toady Toddle. And I Won't Tell a Soul. Okay. I'm definitely in a, this is a more worn out chunk of records in here. So this is Faye Adams, so it doesn't matter on Herald. This is just, don't worry about that. There's a Dinah Washington on Mercury. That's not anything to write home about. Here's an Excelsior record. This is King Perry, Stardust on Excelsior. And Kilroy Was Here. Only from that time, of course. Here's a Decca. It's funny I said I don't have a lot of Deccas, and here I am in Decca. Skies Are Blue, Andy Kirk and his Clouds of Joy. And I'll Get Along Somehow. And another Decca. This is the Ink Spots. Don't worry about that, of course. Here we are. Oh, okay, now here we go. One with blues in the title. A Bluebird. Bear Mash Blues. Erskine Hawkins. Okay. Now these, again, they have more wear and tear to them. And then what did they do over here? Oh, the Groove Record Shop. Put their sticker on top of it. Don't Cry Baby, Erskine Hawkins. Okay. And another Decca when I said I didn't have a lot. This is just Nat King Cole Trio. Okay. That ain't right. This one is just, this is the Charioteers in Columbia, and this has this is just a chunk of junk in this section right here, so my apologies. There's a Duke Ellington OK record. These are all kind of dirty, so like I said in earlier videos, you get through this nice clean chunk of stuff, and then another day I was out finding stuff that was all a bunch of scratched up stuff. So another one, Blues in the title on United, Bolo Blues, Jimmy Forrest. Yo! And over here, here's Night Train by Jimmy Forrest on United. Okay, these have some wear. Okay, I hear you, buddy. Okay, and over here, Decca, Louis Jordan is Tiffany 5 Chartreuse, and this is Louis Jordan Lemonade. Okay, yes, I heard you. Okay, being yelled at from above. Knew That Ain't Right, Pearl and Ellison, and Razor Totin' Mama. I'm sorry, Razor Totin' Mama. Pearl and Ellison. Okay, these are all worn records, so I'm not making a lot of these. I'm just going to get through them all because they're part of the collection. Here's Dinah Washington on Mercury. Here's Jimmy Grissom on Hollywood. I don't know if I had recorded Hollywood records on here yet. I'll Still Keep Loving You. I'm sure this one plays okay. I hope it does anyway. Once There Lived a Fool. As you can see, there's a little bit of everything in here. Here's Ivory Joe Hunter on MGM. SP Blues. Okay. And Why Fool Yourself? There's a lot of records with the word blues in the title. Here's Laverne Baker, I Cried a Tear. And Dixie-Billy, that's just a common Atlantic, 78. Here's Jimmy Reed, VJ, You Don't Have to Go. Boogie in the Dark. Okay, here's Pee Wee Creighton on VJ, A Frosty Night. And the telephone is ringing. Somebody really went at that label, so forget about that. Okay, here's a black and white. This is Goody Goody Baby, Joe Evans with Maxwell Davis. Again, this is a worn patch of records in here, but they're still cool. Root of All My Evil, Joe Evans. Okay. Regal, I don't think I pulled a Regal one out yet. This is Larry Darnell, I'll Get Along Somehow. Recorded in Linden, New Jersey. Okay. And over here, I'll Get Along Somehow. That sounds very familiar. Okay. Okay, here's a Victor. Duke Ellington, Rain Check. Okay. And Perdido. Okay, we'll get into another chunk of something else in a little bit, but here's a Majestic, okay? This is Eddie Howard, To Each His Own. Okay, and there's Majestic, Eddie Howard, Careless. Alright, I don't think I've seen that. I don't even have the Blue Modern. The Smith Jubilee Singers, I've Got to Tell It. So we're back in the gospel realm there again. And How About You? This is a fairly record that's seen some days. Here's another one with the Smith Jubilee Singers. I'll Never Turn Back. It's a thick record. And I'll Search Heaven. Okay. I think I may have two Pacific. I don't know. This is the first one I've seen here. The Rising Star Gospel Singers. It's a Blessing. And Sending Up My Timber. The Rising Star Gospel Singers. And remember we saw Swing Time, and here's Downbeat. So again, they're switching the names here. Sister Emily Bram, Each Day, and Prayer Changes Things. Sister Emily Bram. So obviously I fell into a gospel chunk on this section. So okay, I think that was that 6? I think that was number 6. So we'll see you on 7. Go through another stack. All right. The Midnighters. Willie G.